What's up guys, Tyler Casey here, and today I'm going to be doing a music video breakdown for the music video that I directed for IAMSU. The song is Blessed Done Deal. It's off IAMSU's new album Blessed. I directed and edited this. The DP is Andy Chin. Hatch86 did all the special effects in the video, the fire and then the glass platform. I'm gonna get into that later. And then Boswell did the titles for me, so shout out Boswell. He did these titles, he did all the motion tracking. You guys can YouTube him. He's BAWS World Films, and yeah, he does tutorials and he drops a bunch of music videos as well. He's really good at After Effects. So yeah, before I get into this, just make sure to subscribe and like this video if you find it helpful, and make sure to check out the BTS. I have two other BTS for this video. One is the raw BTS, so it's just like basically just the day, and then there's a highlight BTS that Shady Cola did with some really clean edits, so make sure to check that one out as well. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching, and yeah, just supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. So starting out, these drone shots, boom. Treasure Island at night. This was shot on the Inspire 2. So I hired Josh Fields, Hatch86, to shoot Inspire footage for me on this one. And this is another Inspire shot, pretty simple. Cool. So now we get into the platform shot. So this is scene 1. So let's go check out this platform. Cool. Let's see what. Alright. First off, oh, I can't draw on this one. Why can't I draw on this one? Right here we have a Lico Source 4 right behind him, super tungsten. It's like a spotlight, and you can see it's separating behind him, and we actually ended up swinging this light around, and you'll see that in the video I'll show you later. Right there we have a Gemini, and a Gemini is an RGB light, and they can do all sorts of like modes, like flashing, lightning, all sorts of really cool stuff, and fires. I'm gonna get into that later. It's an expensive light. I had someone rent it. I rented it from someone, and this was on like a pulsing blue mode. Off to the yeah, and then there's my little director's monitor setup. So we had a wireless focus. Nope, we had a wireless feed, and then I just had this little small HD so I could watch my playback. And then the camera is, oh, there's a better shot of the camera. Yeah, you can see the little director's feed right there. That's pretty sick. There's IAMSU, and then just below camera, alright, there's the camera. We use two different lenses. That's a really blurry image, but it's good. That's the Red Raven right there. I pretty much filmed these performances, some at 24, some at 60, and then some I sped up the song 150%, and we filmed at 36, so the confetti would move in slow motion. That's what I wanted it to look like. We used some of the Sigma 18 to 35, and then we also used a wide angle. So yeah, I think it was like a 12mm Laowa, I don't know, and it worked really well. And then right here, it's blurry again, but this is the 2-foot battery powered quasar set to tungsten. And then we had to make sure there were no reflections, because it's really important that there's no reflections when you do this, because you don't want to see the glass to sell the effect. You can really see the Source 4 right there. It's really hitting the back of his head. And then that light on his face is that's the light coming from under. That's the quasar. And then off here, I think that's a 300D on daylight, not with a Fresnel lens on it, and we wave that around. And then we have the other, as you can see right here, we have another Gemini off to the side, and I think we dimmed it, and they're kind of pointing upwards. So yeah, there's me just watching playback. So I'm going to talk about this right now. So yeah, you can see the other Gemini right there. We had it kind of up, because when we had it angled down, it was making reflections. Let's see if we can see the other light. Yeah, there's the other light. That's a really bad shot. That's a 300D right there. I'm going to check out Dakota's BTS and see if there's anything I missed. So right here, there's Combat. Shout out Combat. There's this little face. He was actually sick, and he left early after this. There's my cousin Dylan. And right there, they have a leaf blower. And then I bought this big confetti off of Amazon. And then on the beat drops, we actually shot the confetti out on the beat drops because he said he wanted confetti. So it worked out really good. Yeah, I was really pleased on how it came out. You can see all the confetti everywhere. There's a better shot. Someone clamped this on. I have no clue how they did that. And they clamped the 2-foot quasar right there. So yeah, definitely hire a lot of people on your sets so they could do stuff that you don't know how to do. So right here, I was actually keeping the playback. I was actually showing them. I wish I could have had a bigger playback screen. I was just stupid and didn't tell anyone to bring anything. And then let's keep going. Oh yeah, so I kept the playback close. Shout out Michael. I kept the playback close so because when like the confetti would cover his face when he's looking down, I wanted to make sure I moved it. So yeah, right there you can see the 300D with the Fresnel lens on. So yeah, and then in between takes, Dylan would the thing and clear it off. Pretty simple though. So I made sure IAMSU had brand new shoes on. Look, so it's cool. I got 2 BTSs. There's Hatch. He put together this glass platform. See, we started with the original big old 4-foot quasar. There's too much light, you can obviously see, and we just made sure it was all dark inside, and then he stood up on top. I think those aren't his shoes, but there's a cool BTS shot somewhere. There's the camera. Forgot to mention, we had the camera. If we did the super ghetto, we actually have a rotating rig, but it was too big to fit under. So Hatch had like a little tiny one from Amazon, like a little product shot, and it actually supported the camera. So we just put the camera on its back on its battery, and it rotated up. And there right there, you can see the other lens on it right there. And then we shot this all with a black Pro Mist. So you can see. Let's find a shot of the confetti. You can see the Pro Mist is making these highlights bloom like this, and that's the 300D hitting those. So yeah, and then the Geminis are making the roof blue. One of the Geminis is hitting right there, and then the tungsten on his face is just from that tiny little 120D. And yeah, so yeah, you can even see like his watch has like a nice little glow to it. But yeah, the Pro Mist, I think it's just a quarter. So yeah, you can buy those. You can buy on screw-on ones and stuff like that for the Pro Mist. But yeah, I made sure he had brand new shoes because that would have messed up the glass a lot more. So literally, we put his brand new shoes on top of the platform, and he stepped into them. Let's go to the second scene now. The second scene was a stand-up scene, and he was on a rotating platform, so you could see me testing it out. It's pretty cool. It had different speeds. They said it could support up to like 250 if you're on the edge, which I don't know why you would have someone on the edge. I guess you would get a lot more movement, but and then they would probably go out of focus. But if you're in the middle, it can support quite a lot of weight. This thing was hella heavy. So yeah, so one of the lights we had off to, so we had, you'll see in a bit, I'll keep going. Showing my client playback right there. Yup, there's me talking. Cool, here's a good shot. Shout out Shady Cola. I don't know what oh no, Will shot this one, but I don't even know what a Shady Cola is. If Shady Cola is actually listening to this. Alright, maybe it's like a Coca-Cola that you leave out in the shade and it still stays kind of cool so you can keep drinking it. I don't know, comment below, let me know what you guys think a Shady Cola is. So this right here is the Geminis, and I think we tried to, damn it. So we tried to have a match, but it didn't work. But they were going, and then right here we have the 120D Mark II, and it was on like a lightning mode. And then we have a light mat right here. You can't see it. These are light mats. They're spelled L-I-T-E mats, pretty sure. And we had someone dimming that by hand because you can't dim it. And then again, we have the Leica Source 4. It's a really hard light, so that's how we're getting these light rays. And then we have the smoke machine right here. Hatch has this really cool smoke machine. I definitely need to pick that one up. It's really good. And then we have Dylan and someone else doing more confetti right there. And then he's on the turntable rapping at the camera. You can see we have all sorts of lights just going crazy. There's me and Andy. And then we had Bosworld, actually. Shout out Bosworld. That's the guy who did the VFX. Let me draw a mustache on him. Ballin'. He would swing the light in the background, and yeah, and this light's pretty cool. You can, like, I don't know, if you hire a grip with it, they can do all sorts of cool stuff for you. So that's pretty much it. Let's skim through Dakota's BTS real quick. Yeah, this is one of my favorite shots right here. You could just see, like, Dylan, like, going crazy with the confetti. And yeah, I definitely recommend checking out these BTS if you guys want to. They're both really good. Yeah, there's a good shot of the light mat right there. It's literally, I really like the quality of this light, and I really like when it was all the way on, like I kind of dimmed it on and off, and I really like the way it looked on his just face and body. It looked awesome. Let's see what else we got. That's a really interesting shot. So that's from like the right side. Those are both the Geminis. Light matte 120D. We got the really warm tungsten. Yeah, and then you got the low-lying fog rising up and confetti. There's a lot going on here. It's a really cool shoot. And there's another shot of it right there. And then that's it hitting him from behind because the platform is slowly rotating. And the thing about the platform though is it's not the best because you lose about, like, I would say like 50% of your performance, maybe only like 35 or 40, because their back's going to be turned to you, so you're not going to see those takes, which kind of sucks, but I don't know, I still like the way it looks. Here we are getting set up for the next scene. I had Spencer, he was the grip on the shoot, and he rigged up all these quasars, man. We had all these quasars, and then I don't remember which light we ended up having on this, because we ended up changing a lot. I think we even ended up getting rid of the hair light because we didn't like the way it looked. Yeah, we literally just had the Lico spot him right there, and that was pretty much it for that scene. It was a pretty simple scene. I did some handheld. Yeah, so we went with the more dark look on it. You can kind of see, and I just ran up handheld with this. We even used the wide angle lens once on this. You see it right here. Yeah, I just ran up handheld on this. It was a pretty simple scene. That's from the light mats and the 120D kind of hitting the side of his face. They're the same color temperature, so it worked out. And then back there we have the Lico back there, and that's just super bright. And then you can see the blue coming in from the side, pulsing from the Geminis. Cool. Now let's go to the next scene. So the next scene is the fire scene. Hatch 86 set up the fire. So I don't want a million comments saying, what are those fire shooters? I hired Hatch. He did all the fire. I don't know. I did not want to try and even do fire. He's good at it. So I don't know. Hit up a fire professional around you, or hit up Hatch. Give Hatch a follow. So we had one fire shooter in front and one fire shooter in back, and then in this one I definitely did, we did the rotating thing, but then we stopped it because I wanted more performance of him actually doing it. And then off to the right over here, see this like little fire stuff, that is that's the Gemini's on fire mode. So that's one of my favorite modes on those things. This is a 300D separating him from the back with a Fresnel, so you can kind of see he's got the edge light. That's a practical. You probably see that later on. Let's see. Yeah, Will. What's up, Will? Where the wide shots at, Will? Alright, there we go. Shout out, Will. We got little Dylan doing a wet down for the last scene. He was running a generator off these. You can kind of see that one's more orange right there, and then that one's yellow. They move, it animates. And then I think we set up another light. Oh, yeah, this is for the second scene, but yeah, we didn't have too many lights on this scene. It was really dark, as you can see. We just had the orange and then the that light right there. So you can see it right here. And I really like this shot. Like, this is one of my favorite shots because, like, I don't know, all the smoke caught all that 300D back there. And it just looks like super white, and then, or like almost blue. And then this side of the frame, and that's real fire. I did use one fake fire, right, for the transition, but Yeah, and then that side's all orange, so it's like teal and orange. I don't know. And then his sweater, I don't know, it just came out perfect. So it's a little low key on his face, but you see when like he looks this way, like this is like a fake fire thing right there, and it transitioned in, and then I added all these embers. Yeah, I hope there wouldn't be embers, and then yeah, we shot this shot in slow motion. Let me mute it. Yeah, all comes down in the setups. You can actually see the light stands in this, but I distorted it, so who cares? We got the fire in the background. That's illuminating pretty much all that stuff. Then we have one over here. This has like a plus green on it because I want it to look dingy and dirty. And then this one kind of has another plus green on it as well. And then we still have the Geminis on the side doing the fire. And then we have the wet down, which just really carries the light. You can see it. Like, look at that. Look at the concrete there. It's just carrying all the light. So I really love, you can really see the wet down right there. So yeah, and that's a practical, more practicals you can have in your scenes, the better. Didn't mean for those to be there, but yeah, it's pretty simple scene. We just have the smoke rocking again from the back. The smoke's in the back, the fire's right there. One of the fire shooters actually went out, so we only had one. But yeah, that's pretty much all the main scenes. That's a wide angle. And then with the model, we shot that a separate day. Let me find this shot with the model. Cool. So above we have a 120D Mark II. That was on the same like kind of lightning mode because I wanted it to look the exact same. And then I have a blue battery powered Quasar right here. I just put a bunch of blue gels on it. Shout out Quasar, they sent me that kit. And then I have the little 2-foot right there. And then that's kind of like, I don't know, just help filling in the face. And then we have a 300D with orange gel on it, and that's mimicking the backlight. And then I also have a C-stand with another 2-foot Quasar on tungsten because they're bicolor, and that's also just helps separating her from the background. So let me see if I can find the shots from that. But yeah, I knocked out the battery power Quasars, and we just knocked those out hella quick, so it was cool. Let's see. Yeah, so you can see it right there. Yeah, I think it matched pretty good though. Like I wanted it to make it look like it was shot the same day. So we got the smoke as texture. Yeah, I mean the orange didn't hit as much as I wanted it to. I think it came down to how I color corrected it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys made it to the end of this long ass video, you guys are real ones. Comment below. Let me know if you guys found this helpful. If you guys even like these, or if you guys just prefer the behind the scenes. They're not too hard to do. I mean, I literally just watch my videos and then I just talk about them. I think it's good for me to see too, like what I could have done better as well. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. I'm Tyler Casey. I'll catch you guys next time. Hit me up on Instagram, DM me. Let's chat it up. Peace out.